Well, hello there everyone, and welcome to the YouTube video here on the channel. No idea what all that clicking that's going on is, but we are at Larnaca in the A340 by iniBuilds. It's a bit scuffed, the air bridge won't reach, and we're clipping into another aircraft, but shh, it's fine. In the driving end, the business end, let's start thinking about getting this aircraft ready to go flying then, eh? So, we're on GPU. I'm going to just start lining my ADIROs. ADIOUs, we're on that. We'll just get those aligning, and I'm going to get my route finding up. So, I'm going to get out the old FSX route finder. I'll find asalink.net, it's a lovely little route. I believe it is actually for the Sims, I'm not 100% sure though. It doesn't actually specify that it is for Sims, but that's what I mean, it's just airlines. I'm presuming it must be for the Sims, but any hoozles. So we're doing Larnaca. We're going to Malta, which is LMML. I know that much. And what is Larnaca Airport? LCLK. So it's basically a little bit of a jaunt across the water, across the sea. Na 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 na. It is giving us a total distance of 971 nautical miles. Going to do a spot of maths here. So this is how I'm working this out. I'm going to look at the A340-300. It has a range of 7,700 miles, so a seventh of a tank should get us there. So what I'll do is I'm going to take a quarter of a tank, and we'll then figure out how much that is. Sorry about that noise, I'll move that back to the video position. So, in terms of payloads. Yeah, no, I'm not using that, am I? Okay, fueling. Okay, and then, there we go. So, full is that. So we'll just do that. Instantly load fuel. Payload. There's not a handy dandy slider here, unfortunately. I wish there was. What we'll do, to be honest, I was going to leave the aircraft empty anyway, so we'll have it empty. What I believe this trip was, because I've researched it in real life, and I can't prove this, but there's an MRO provider in Malta. So my theory is the crew brings it up from Dubai. Everyone gets off except the pilots who take it, or a separate set of pilots get on, and they take it to Malta. They then pick up an aircraft out of overhaul and bring it back. That is my theory of what we're doing today. So I'm going to start the APU up, get that ready, so we're going to be going quite quickly. And I'll leave that to do its thing for now. Yeah, we know to line the IRS, we know that, we know that, we know that, we know that. Cool. Inish. And we're going from LCLK to LMML. Flight number EK561, fiction. Cost index 35. Flight level 330. There we go. And our our block fuel, because that's what we've got loaded now, is we go to the fuel panel. Fuel panel, thank you. 29. And can I actually just double click that, I wonder? What does that? No, it's not a system that works. That's a shame. Well, it's 1, 2. Oh, okay, so I can adjust the ZFW. Well, we're going to leave that because I'm going to say it's 1, 2, 3. I'm sure that'll work. bit heavier. LCLK, departure, and let's check the local weather, because this is linked to real life. What's it? Okay, it's not actually allowing me to specify the weather. Cool. So we'll go LCLK METAR. So I am just Googling stuff in the background because this is the quickest way to get the data without having to use the inbuilt ATC system, which I absolutely despise. So, 7 knots out of 360, so it's a 04 departure. And then I'll put my route finder up over there. We're departing to a place called Lubes. Is that still a star according to this? No. Or Sid, sorry. Oh, we're just going to look at my charts here. That one's taking me the wrong way. This one's about right. Yes, it would be a Lubas 1 Bravo. Is a Paphos still a thing? No. So we're just going to say no Sid. Insert. And then that's direct to Lubesh. Or Lubes. I can Lubes. Lubes. Do 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 do. This bodes really well for this, but we'll see how the rest of this goes. So, airway Mike 978 to Tosca. From there, it's uniform Mike 978 to Demag. To give you sort of a rough idea of where in the world we are at this point, Demag is sort of it's in the middle of the Mediterranean, in the middle of the Med, but it is, yeah, sort of due west of Cyprus, due south as Zakynthos, pretty much. And then from there, it's a bunch of direct twos. So we'll insert. And it's direct to Tipak. Tipak just chose not to appear there. That's fun. Tipak, I said. There we go. And then Binko, the best clothing store in Los Santos. And then Avira. And then Agari. And then Gozo. And we'll plug in our arrival from Gozo. Wonderful. So that is our flight plugged in. We'll do our performance next. We'll do takeoff performance, sync with the FMGS, aircon on, anti-ice, calculate. Okay, because it wants to grab the one from the sim. So it's 000 at 6. OAT 11. Quite cold today for Cyprus. And 1024 hectopascals. Oh, cool. I got that about right anyway. Try now. 130, 133, 140. And we're just going to toggle it out of here, unless it's given us a D-rate temperature to go to. Yes, it has, or 53 degrees. That'll do, and it's going to be flaps 1. There we go. That'll do. That will indeed do. Yeah, we'll just specify 1 plus F, make sure, yeah, that's what it's calculating for. Perfect. So now we'll go jump out of that, and I'll go over to GSX, and I will say, GSX menu please, prepare for pushback and departure. So just to confirm, APU is definitely online. Packs got GPUs get turned off, and because it's going to be really hot here, well, it's not, but you know.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
You're loud. Nope. The APU was on, you dunce.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pins inserted.
Hold. Or I'll just start an engine. That's really upsetting. Okay, at least it didn't dump all my flight plan data out. I've had worse happen, not gonna lie. Whilst that does its thing, we'll just set the auto brake to max. No, we won't. Okay.
Locking gear.
Thank you for locking the gear. So yeah, the doors are closed. Everyone's getting away from the aircraft. We'll get pushed out onto the taxiway and go from there. I anticipate. So we are now facing that way. So I want to face nose to the left, please.
Release parking brakes, please.
Negative. I'm waiting for my APU to be online. I should have checked, but I just believed it was. There you go. APU is definitely available now. Good. There we go. And handrest up. Armrest up, sorry. Off. Parking brakes release, clear to begin push. And we'll turn on our beacon lights.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at wheel.
We'll come. I'll do the screenshot of the taxi out, I think. Right. Because I'll forget to do it, well, I'll not forget to do it later, I'll have time to do it later. Right, ignition start. Starting number 2 first. Start sequence will be 2, 3, 1, and 4. So this is the A340, obviously by iniBuilds. Now, the interesting thing with the A340, just in sort of real life, is it's an A330, generally speaking, with 4 engines. So it's got 4 CFM56s. So it's basically got an A330 with 4 hairdryers under the wings. So it'll not be particularly obvious today, but I will be doing a video in the future where we do a pretty sort of extensive flight, you know, sort of long haul flight to really sort of push the capabilities of the aircraft as much as we dare. Right. Let's just put the engine screen back on. There we go. That's a good start on 2. we've got our caution lights kicking off, but that's normal. We'll do 2 next, as discussed. So I can taxi on 2 engines now, you see. So that's the logic there. We should land
Please set parking brakes.
into Malta.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Yep. Now go away.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Cool. So we're going to be landing with 14 tons on board, which is plenty for a trip this length. We basically have got almost twice as much fuel as we need. We could pretty much make it all the way back to Larnaca. I mean, that's an outrageous position he's left me in, but it'll do. Just gives him a chance to get away.
Unlocking gear.
There we go.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass being removed.
Roger.
Left is clear. Right is clear.
Hopefully he'll go vaguely in front of us to wave goodbye to us. So you see, he lifts the pin over his head to show the pin's been disconnected. Obviously we can see at the aircraft thinks it's been disconnected, but it's that extra level of security. Set the Q&A chip across all the sides. And then
Ground, Airbus Golf Charlie Lima Sierra November. Request taxi for takeoff. Departing straight out.
no. That is it thinks that's me, to be fair, but
Hold short runway 4. Airbus Lima Sierra November.
I have got, there we go, bit of power in. Just enough to keep the aircraft manoeuvring. Hack. Luckily, that was a kind of monster that went all over my desk. In case you're wondering what that sound was, to be fair, NVIDIA might have filtered that out. If it has, genuinely well done. So, there we go. I'll just tap the toe brakes. Good. I'm going to do my control check. I'll bring the aircraft to a stand. I'm using railway terms, I think, there with to a stand. Flight control page is there. Full left aileron, neutral. Full right aileron, neutral. Full back, full forward, full left, full right. Good, I've got full deflection. And I'm happy that the aircraft's going to fly. So we'll now do... There we go, overhead lights out now. Just getting the aircraft ready to fly, basically. And we can go forward. That's cool, look at that vortex. So that vortex was, first time I've seen that in a stock aircraft in the sim. That is basically if there's either moisture on the ground or it's just a moist air. And obviously you, by running your engine, create a low pressure. So it just goes, it creates steam, well, effectively boils the water and creates steam because of the low pressure. And high humidity. Alright, we need to just keep her going. Oh dear God, hello. Please turn, you bastard. Yeah, we're off-roading. Ignore that. Hey, it's my first time flying the aircraft, okay? Stop expecting me to be like a vaguely professional person here. So... Auto brake, max. Takeoff config.
Airbus Golf Charlie Lima Sierra November.
Airbus Golf Charlie Lima Sierra November, QNH1024 straight out departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 4.
Takeoff config test.
Cleared for takeoff.
Normal.
Airbus Lima Sierra November.
Okay, we'll keep it going. I'm not rushing here, but so taxiing at a decent chat of knots. Bear in mind, we're basically an empty aircraft. I don't know why there's a... Yeah, we are an empty aircraft. I don't know why there's a cabin check required. Toga. $80 knots. Cross check. Apologies for that. V1. Rotate. Oh, come on. Climb, you absolute scumbag. Well, shit. Did we just hit a wind shear there or something? Because it refused to climb initially. I'm gonna keep it going. Despite everything, we'll just turn to a runway heading. Pretend that was normal.
Airbus Lima Sierra November, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Gears up. Flaps are... No, we'll leave the flap one in actually for now. And we'll bring it back to select climb thrust. And autopilot engaged. Brakes hot. So my brakes were my brakes dragging through that, and that's what caused the aircraft to behave weirdly. Right, we'll re-extend my landing gear. We'll go flapless. We'll just dangle the landing gear because that will make it. Yeah, my brakes must have been dragging there because that is like I've just rejected takeoff levels of hot. That's really strange. And TCAS. Oh, TCAS. There we go. There we go. So we'll cool it a bit, and then we'll just say, right, we've done as much cooling as we dare. We'll just leave the fans running. Oh, this doesn't have a fan controller. Interesting. First time I've noticed that. But no, we are leaving, like I say. We're re-retracting our landing gear. And the A330 correction with 4 head rise. As we sort of do after takeoffs.
Charlie Lima Sierra November, approach. Squawk 0634.
Squawk 0634. Airbus Lima Sierra November.
Airbus Lima Sierra November, radar contact 4 miles east of Lima Charlie Yankee Charlie uniform, 7800, QNH 1024.
Just go straight for our climb of.
Airbus Lima Sierra November.
Airbus Lima Sierra November contact, Nicosia Center, on 124.2. Good day.
So the aircraft in climb, open climb. Basically just going for a maximum performance climb at the moment, which is great. Now, I know, obviously,
Golf Charlie Lima Sierra November. Nicosia Center. QNH 1024. Radar contact continues.
this is why I hate the ATC system. So, what I was going to say there was, I accept we're climbing at 35,000 feet per minute. However, if you had an A330 with the real full-size engines on it, and put it in an open climb with a similar load to what we have now, it would be going much faster than we are. This is just not a high-performance aircraft. But anyway, I'm going to use this as my chance to end the episode here. We'll see you guys tomorrow for our arrival into Malta. See you then. Bye-bye.